chain on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not puzzle making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, don't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold. Bang roll, on the go. Ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, don't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and my only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, don't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. And for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Trendsetter, I got.
Good morning all. Hope everyone is good. Hope everyone is well. Let me see how all systems go. Everything looks good. And yeah, let's get it started. Hope you all had a good yesterday. And yeah, finally gold came through yesterday, which was good. Just turn that down a bit loud. And yeah, let's have a look what we got going on today. So start off with calendar. Calendar is very clean here actually. Pretty much clean all day. We have a little bit of members speaking here and there. GBP members speaking at around 11:15, 50 minutes after London Open. Then we have even Euro speeches in Germany, and then a bit of FOMC members speaking as well. So those can have minimal impact, but they still can impact, right? So we're going to see how that ends up forming on the charts. Now, looking at the charts, starting on daily time frame. If we see daily time frame here, previous daily on GJ still closing very strong bullish here, back above all the ranges. 4-hour time frame is closing bearish here, back inside of the range, so it's not the best close compared to yesterday when we had a setup 2. Now we don't. We actually have the candle closing bearish, so it can lead to some more downside here. It's definitely possible. To see upside, we basically need to start leaving this previous 4-hour resistance, and then we could possibly see some upside. So looking at 1 hour, yeah, we do have some room towards, again, this spot here. I think that line is from yesterday. What do we look like here? That is pretty complex on lower time frame. So to see the buys, I prefer the buys above 4 hour, to be honest. Unless we liquidity grab right now like this and then get back above here, I can take buys. Otherwise it's a little bit complex. Now the sells are also interesting. The sells are also interesting because of the support we have. Crossed through twice. We reacted off it just now, which is that 15-minute support. So you can trade to this 15-minute support. It is possible. We have one more here. Now, is this range worth it is the question. Seven pips is not bad with the ranges we've been having. Like, that's only 13 pips, so potentially a close below there can give us options. If we see it reject around here, we have to get out. Otherwise, it makes sense. So we'll see how that forms, see if it wants to just bounce out of here first. It definitely can bounce out of here first, but I really want to see some more decent change of structure, at least 1 hour candle closing bullish before looking for buys. Just because we've been in a downtrend all morning, there's nothing to suggest here that this is going to be the reversal. Yes, we kind of have this one candle that's pausing, and now we're looking to close above that. Still not enough, in my opinion. Like, you won't even have a 30-minute candle closing bullish at that point if that candle was to close above. So honestly, I don't think it's enough. So we're going to come back to that and see what ends up happening for the buy scenario. But the sell scenario, with a good close, you can look to fill this range towards the downside. And yeah, let's go ahead and look at gold here on the other hand. So gold chopping its way towards the downside. We're in a very tough spot, higher time frame right now. And I'm going to show you this. So daily time frame, previous daily closing bullish, back inside of the range, good daily candle close. 4 hour closing bearish. It is slightly below this previous 4 hour. So it does count, kind of like what GJ is looking like right now in terms of previous daily closing bullish and then previous 4 hour bearish, but inside of a range. But this zone to sell, is a nightmare. So much rejection is coming from this zone. So much rejection. So it's tough. It's tough to immediately say, okay, I'm going to close my eyes and press sell. Ideally, you sell from the top here down so we can deal with these clean ranges instead of dealing with this mess. So below the 4 hour support, there will be options, which is actually the 15 support here, a little bit lower. Now to try sell to the 4 hour support, it's not the easiest, huh? That could be an option below here, but again, we need it's a very tight close. Gold looks scary this week. Yesterday it was okay. This close below here is something I sent out in a plan. And it played out very smoothly. Nothing, no headache. Just a very easy move. So that was nice to see that happened in New York. It was a good one. After the news, it got messy. This is some complex stuff. Asian session not as clean. Asian session pretty clean in terms of this move here, but that's, you have to break even at daily support. Now if you check this here, so you could have, it's a tough one with this because this open no top wick, you probably go break even. You're scared of daily support, then you probably get tapped on this candle here, which ends up driving. So it depends on how you manage in Asian. I mean, with such big stop loss, probably you don't have to manage too aggressively. But yeah, so if we're gonna look for buys today, buys. Super choppy on the 5, huh? It's gonna be the same as GJ, believe it or not. It's actually the same as GJ. It's the same as GJ, how we have that we need that at least a 1 hour to close bullish, at least a 30 to close bullish, then we can start to look at buys. Buy above 330 with structure. Yeah, might as well put it to key level, eh? You're not wrong there. So yeah, that could be definitely a buy. Would be nice to see the 1 hour close bullish though, and then get that buy. So let's see DAX here. Looking at daily time frame here, previous daily closing bearish. So this we can change to daily resistance. Four-hour time frame closing bullish, so mixed session bias. Very tight ranges, huh? You see all the supports and everything next to each other. Like we even have this one here. 4-hour support is right here. So we have a bit of tight ranges. Mixed bias. One hour, okay. That 4-hour support messes things up. You need to trade to that 4-hour support. If this 30-minute can close bullish, would be good to see if something was to get below here later. Yeah, something closing below here would be your sell option. Now the buy option is a little bit of tight buys above here. Mixed bias. What are we working on though? 15 points. Very tight, huh? So you need good close above here. Then you can get that position, to be honest. Yeah. But you would probably need the next candle to close above, which would be not bad. Then how big would stops be? Like 11 points. It makes total sense. Even if we break even here, it's not the end of the world. So that's kind of the plans here. That's the plans for both DAX, GJ, and gold. The ranges are slightly more difficult. Not the easiest ranges, but there are ranges. So it's just about how does price close today. It's all about closure. It's all about closure. If price doesn't close well, since these ranges are requiring tight closes, it's going to be very hard, right? You get a big candle through the range, it's hard. You get a, candles not closing, well, that's obvious. So it's just one of these things where we need good closes today. And if we have good closes, it's going to be a very clean day. So let's see here what gold wants to do. Again, we will need good closes on gold. If this candle ends up here in the sky, it's pretty hard, right? We don't have a 1 hour to say, okay, these buys right now make sense. Let's try break this resistance. Why? Because 1 hour is still bearish previous, 30 minutes still not bearish, but you know, doji, it's not giving us good idea that, okay, buys make total sense. So that's going to be the plan here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully it all made sense. If you did, you know the drill. Leave a like on the stream. 280 of us in here. Get the likes up to 100. I would appreciate it. And yeah, let's go. Do you feel like NY has a low win rate comparing to London and Asia? I'm having this experience. I have a higher win rate in New York session, but that is due to me taking less positions during New York, but it does equal a higher win rate. So I prefer to treat New York like that. So when I take a New York trade, it's normally very accurate, and so it keeps win rate high, but I rather take less trades, have them accurate, and then also focus on London where I'm here, because New York session I trade based on a predetermined plan and having alerts and stuff. I don't physically sit and stare at the charts for 3-4 hours. So I do give up some of the faster, riskier, not riskier options, but some of those ways you can get in on 5 minutes and stuff. I do let that slip. Question is, can we take setup 5 down? Or setup 2 down? If we respect 4 hour resistance, probably, yeah. Bearish candle close. I'll just worry about this previous here. Problem is that pullback can lead into the higher low for buys. Food Morning Harry. I recommend two guys to watch your and join your channel. Good content and strategies. My own small effort. Have a great trading session. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Harry, are you French Canadian? I am not French Canadian. No. Wonder how you got that conclusion? Yes, me too. But you like French fries? Yeah, they're pretty good, man. Can't complain. Like I said today, we need good closes. So you just have to be patient for these good closes and see what happens, because this is how this day is going to cook you. People are going to get two, because when ranges are smaller, there's less opportunity, because we don't have much room for, not error, we don't have much room for entry confirmation allowance per se, you know? I mean, I don't know how to phrase it, but you guys hopefully get what I'm trying to say. And the bad thing today, and this is typically a bad thing when the markets do this, right? And I'm going to show you this and teach you guys this, is they're all moving the same. All. DAX moving up, gold moving up, GJ moving up. Same pump. So we're seeing the same people pushing these assets. See, I really wanted to take it in this range because the range we have above here is kind of messy. We do have this last hope, which is this range here, but again, good closes. This one's smaller, only 8 points. 8 points, not the best. Now, if we do close right here, we can break even here. It is possible to break even here. It's not the end of the world, but it needs to chill. On gold, why do we need to mark the 4-hour support 219 price cross 3 times? Let's have a look. Which 4-hour support you're talking about? 219, we didn't cross 3 times. We've only crossed 0 times. We've wicked through it, but we're still respecting it. So we've had wicks, but that's not cross. Cross means that price closes below, closes back above. You know? To watch that webinar about previous levels. Wicks only give us an idea that price has tested that level. Now the question is it still relevant? Well, yes, because why are we not down here? We're rejecting it. Does it make the level weaker if we're trying to push through it? Yes, but today we're not bearish bias, we're mixed bias as well. If you look at higher time frame where we are, and we remove drawings and keep it simple, that's it's almost like a double bottom, you know? Look at 4-hour. Like, this is almost the worst place to sell at these lows because of how much support we found from here. All our major lows were found here. This major low before this massive rally, around this pullback doesn't count because it's not the same area. But if you mark this one here, this major low is found before this big rally. This major low was found before that big rally. And then now currently this low. So the question is this going to rally? Well, we'll see by price action. DAX pushing a bit early before spreads lowers after Frankfurt open again. Yeah. I mean, DAX is just eating the whole range. Nothing really much you can do. I wonder if there's a way in on the 5. There was a way in on the 5. There was a way in on the 5, but there's no bottom wick. So it looks unbroken. Oh, there's no way in on that. That's impossible to get in. No way in. Look at this gap. What a gap. No way you get into that. But this is just taking both of our ranges. That's what I mean. Today, people are going to get frustrated if they don't realize that you just need good closes. Like, we're not moving big. You're not missing a big move. You're just missing a move because we need to wait for good closes. It's not like price is absolutely ripping today. No, it looks like it, but remember this move only from here to here is like, 15. This move here is only 20 points. 20 points is nothing normally. Do you trade anything after stream? Yeah, I trade NY session. Harry, you continue to ignore my question. Maybe it's too sensitive to discuss on stream. I don't even see your questions. So maybe it's blocking it. Let me scroll back and see if I can find it. Wait. Harry, how can I know when there is news? Is this the question? When is not on the calendar? How do you know in advance if there's news? What app do you tell you news is coming out? You don't know. Flash news is flash news. And that question is not sensitive. So flash news is flash news. You'll never find out. We don't know as traders that someone is going to say something, something's going to come out. The best thing to do is probably use Financial Juice. This gives you like updates when something is happening, but it's all delayed. It's all delayed. So you can at least find out if something was said or not. What pairs do you trade outside of stream? Same pairs, but I do look at US 30 during NYSE. Prop firm trader or using live broker? I use broker. Congrats for the Porsche. Good to know you are supporting the German industry. Yes. We gave them... We should be pumping DAX. Minus 0.77% so far this month. Harry, how about you? I think I'm at 1%. Should be about 1%. Can double check. Even I think a little bit more as well. Yesterday I took a gold sell. That helped. That gave a nice 1-to-1. It's been difficult to get a 1-to-1 during London. Price has just been pushing back. Like yesterday should have been a win, right? So I should have been easy 2% this month. Right now, 2.5 actually. Remember that trade we took yesterday in London? It played out fully. And actually if you left it, it did pretty well. So that was, and I said that would be a mistake. So this one was very, very nice. The buys we took yesterday in London, a lot of the guys in the group managed to hold and got profit on that. So that was an amazing plan that we had. You know, it was well thought about, just a little bit over management, but I can't change that. The crazy thing is it never came back. Right, it never came back. So I couldn't get back in. If it did, I would have got back in. And then the gold option yesterday, I'm going to post it in the general chat for you guys before I forget. Not general, but in that. This was the gold option. Setup one, close below here. This was pretty nice. Liquidity grab to high. Candle close bearish. Nice structure here. Good deep close. Top wick was made and then broke the low. It's pretty clean. Massive LTA here to the left. Break even here. 50 points in profit. 50 pips, sorry. TPI took 1-to-1. But you could have got more out of it. But it's not how I trade. Plus it's getting close to news, so I really wanted to be out. I mean, I hope you're doing well. Many people say that real 100k is better than 100k prop. I agree with that, but now I'm at 68k personal and 100k funded, so I really like getting payout. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's just, you know, if the prop if the prop decides not to pay you out, that's the only risk as well. Plus, you're always back to square one. Did the 5-minute support not matter in that sell? No, because it's based on 15, right? And you have a deep close. So when my stop is not based on 5, right? Yesterday I had a 94 pip runner on GJ. Thank you. You are the best London streamer. I appreciate it. When do you dispense all the levels? Once a day. Please, what news are we waiting for? I just got stopped out of a sell position. I'm not waiting for any news. Today we have clean. I'm paying too much attention to lower time frame levels. Yeah, if you read the plan here, did you watch my plan yesterday, the one I sent? All the clues are in here, right? And the Loom video is very important to watch. I mean, read it here. 30 close for sells or deeper 15 close. Those wicks are a 5-minute support. So what I'm scared about is if we have just a tiny close below here because it's within too many wicks. You see what I'm saying? So I explained this in the Loom. You have to watch the Loom video. But look at this. If we close something like this and we see a candle only closing something like that, this scares me a little because it's within too many wicks, right? Within all of these wicks. But deeper close, I don't care even about the 5-minute support because it's a deep close. That's a great confirmation. I'm not basing it on 5. Why should I be scared of 5 if my trade is based on 15? That's equivalent of saying I'm going to take a trade on 5 and be scared of 1 minute. You know? Yes, it can react off that, but then the trade idea is wrong. You know? The trade idea becomes wrong then. Because then you start looking at this, oh, it's at support, I'm not going to take it. And then you forget about all of this price action that led to this candle close. Overthink it. It's not there on 30, there's nothing there on 30. And it was a 30 close as well, so huge confirmation, you know. Alright, so deep close on gold here. This close is worth about 50 pips here. Now we're at previous daily support, so I think our buys today are going to be above daily support. If we can get a resistance, we can try to buy back to the daily support if we don't tap it. If not, we'll form a resistance and then close above. This was way before NY? No, it wasn't, man. Look at the time. 15:45. This was only 15 minutes before NY open. Actually, this was NY open when it closed, because 15:45 is when the candle opened. So that candle closed at NY open. So this was the NY. So if you check, the 1 hour would have closed bearish as well there, see? So you have a 1 hour setup 2 with liquidity grab. You start to see how good this setup is, right? Look, you have a 1 hour setup 2 here with a liquidity grab. You have 30-minute close below and a 15-minute close below. It's a no-brainer. No-brainer. Just threat is 30 minutes to news. So if you get stuck in drawdown, yeah, it's a threat. But, you know, 30 minutes is enough. Alright, why don't you replace GJ by Naz on stream? Think it would do better? Not in London. I didn't take it because of news. Didn't know how it would affect the trade. Yeah, but news is 30 minutes away, right? You have time. This candle is definitely showing us there's no problem of volume. You know? That's the only threat you have, right? Is that price is not going to have volume. But if we're looking at the information here with all of the time frames closing together, you know, I tend to hesitate. 15 minutes before news, I do that as well. But 30 minutes before news with London open, I mean not London, New York open, like it's on the open time. That is the open candle. It's better. Why is training hot? Man's in England. Bro, days are passing and I'm not capable of this pain. What to do? One emotional day ruins my month. Take one trade a day and go do something else with your day. That's how you do it, man. That's your job. You only have one trade a day. And then leave the charts, man. Where are you based, Dylan? Oh, come on, guys. Can you relax? Look at these guys today. 16 degrees, but it feels like 30. Brother. All of you guys, England, summer's hot. It's 10 a.m. in the morning and it's 38 degrees outside right now. And you want to talk to me about 16 degrees and humid? Huh? What do you prefer, taking 2 trades for the whole month risking 5% each, or 10-15 trades risking 1 to 2% each, and why? I'll take 2 trades risking 5% each, because so many reasons. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Like, I've actually thought about that a lot of times. See, the idea with trading, guys, is you want to make as much money as possible by doing the less amount of work, right? That's always the goal. And you actually make more money doing that, believe it or not. People think that trading, like the more you trade, the more money you make. It's just simply not true. Try it and see if you make more money. You probably won't. Then the second thing is that I rather just pick 2 solid positions and risk 5% each on those positions with the opportunity to make 10% that month. The thing is, you can lose 10% that month, because those 2 positions can both be losses. So there's a fine balance. One thing I need to start doing for longevity is when I have a good month and I'm happy with the month and I'm up for the month, just take time off. Like, there's no need to do anything. Just go enjoy time off. Like, that's the whole point I started to trade. Was, generate income and to have some free time. So, yeah. I think it's extremely healthy to do that. And all the best traders do it. They always take, like, some of the best traders in the world take months off. They take summer off and stuff like that. And we're talking not in your guys' stage, maybe when you've only been at it for like 1, 2 years, 3 years, but when you've been at it for 5, 6 years, every day, night and day in, day out, especially someone like me who streams it and does everything like that, it's very healthy to actually, you come back stronger. You'll trade a lot better. You'll enjoy trading, because that you're just enjoying the fruits of your labor. Now, as any hard labor in life, sometimes you don't have that luxury to just say, because you might not be having a good month. You might say, okay, I need to concentrate this month. But when you do, take advantage of that. Take advantage of that. You have to take advantage of that, because in the months where you're forced to grind and put your head down, you feel fresh for it. You trade 1% because it's safe? No, 1% is just, I'm risking like 3% of my account. Are you profitable this month? Yes. This month we are. See how the end of the month goes. Who knows? Could be negative, could be a great month. It's still early days, 14th, halfway through the month. That's how trading works. You can have one good week that sets up your whole month. Whole month is set up from one good week. A couple of good trades. Exactly what you said, Harry. I took November, December, and January off because I had other things to do. When I came back, everything was much more clear. I've been doing really well since. Yeah, and I remember you, Bram, of course. And I think this is really important. And it's very hard to do it, right? I think you feel like you're losing progress. You're missing options. And while you're gone, there was great trades that you would have missed. But the whole idea is that you're able to detach yourself and you come back fresh. And that you being fresh is actually going to make you a better trader, and those trades that potentially that you thought that you missed, you didn't actually miss. It was all worth it. I was reading a few posts as well today of other traders saying that, things that help them get profitable, taking breaks. And I think there's a fine line. Like, if you're a beginner trader, I'd say less than 3 years, no need a break. Less than 2 years. Afterwards, from September to January, such a bad feeling? No, it will be a good feeling, trust. Too long? It feels long, but if you're busy, it will go fast. But that's the beautiful thing about trading, guys. What other job in the world can you literally, like today, right now, I could press end stream, I can go get on with my day, and tomorrow I can still come and trade if I wanted to. Like, I have that choice. Especially if you're doing good in that month, you have that leverage. You have that leverage. And I think in life you need to, like, you know, experience things. It's healthy to travel and stuff like that. Grind, have your grind period, but you need to get into that stage where you actually do so. Otherwise, you're just going to burn out. It becomes a very depressing game, this. And I think a lot of people don't realize that you probably are in a little bit of a rut from this, right? Like, it sucks to come every day to a chart and not see progress and have all of these headaches, and it exposes all of the hardest things about yourself, all of the hard parts of your psychology, all of the nitty gritty, and you know, it's really something that does take a toll. But the reason you sacrifice that is because you need to enjoy what you can, you know, the fruits of this labor, which doesn't come fast, right? Of course it doesn't come fast, but when you are having a good month, why not? Because one thing that's actually funny is I don't really remember statistically, and I need more data, it's not been trading long enough. When have I had a back-to-back banger month? I don't think you, like, it's very common to have back-to-back insane months, unless, and I can predict that unless we're breaking out on DAX or something, let's say. So if that's happening, yeah, you have to be there. You have to be there or something, you know, something like that, where the market is like, okay, I have to be there. Personally, I enjoy working, so I go hard 5 days a week, then totally disconnect mentally on weekend. I run years with that pattern, and the non-stop pattern of work allows continuous improvement. Yeah, I think it's more of a, you never will fully disconnect. Like, I'm talking about being able to have the ability to be like, okay, I want a week off to go travel, you know, to go do something else. Yeah, that would work. We need to see this close. We have to worry about this as well. I hate doing nothing. ADHD, yeah, me too. I hate doing nothing. Like, you're always going to be somewhat active, but it's more the idea of giving yourself a break of routine is very healthy. A break of routine is healthy, because you're still going to work, but you're breaking that intense routine that probably is not leading to better things. Not the best close it's end up being this close here, to be honest. I wanted a deeper close. This is closing back in the 5 support. 15 is closing like a setup 3. When's the last negative month you had? Oh, last year, January. The crazy thing on these topics, I hate not being productive. So on holidays, I can't just enjoy to the fullest. Yeah, but if you're an entrepreneur, there's no such thing as a holiday. It's a change of scenery. And it's activities during the day. You're still grinding. You're still working. That never stops. You can't just shut down everything. You don't have the option yet to just say, okay, that's it. Bye-bye. Everything's shut down. You know? You can't. And that's boring anyways, because then you don't have a purpose. But it's good to go and experience different things, you know. Mentally disconnect is not an option. Yes, but what is an option is to go and change your environment. This is healthy. Trust me. Go meet someone new, something like that. You'll see. Next candle can work here. So gold created resistance at daily support. So if we can see a close above here, there'll be options. Are you in this trade? What trade, brother? Yapping is very healthy. It is. It is. Otherwise, you go and FOMO into many trades here on the charts right now, and you lose a shit ton of money. So what do you recommend at the start? How to progress with risk? Or is the only mental problem you overcome? It's not mental problem. It's the site. It kind of is, but it's also like, what is your current situation overall? You know, how much are you willing to take as a risk? See, I always explain it the same way, guys. The first hard thing is trying to find something that works. The second thing is making it that works, making it work. And then the hardest thing is to continue the momentum, right? So you build momentum and then to continue momentum. It's very hard. So what I mean is back-to-back, month-to-month profitability. And if you try to change the formula, you will ruin that. And it might take a couple of months to get back on track, and in that time you quit. Because trust me, I've seen people increase risk fast, and it either goes 50-50. You either get on a win streak and then you get too confident. It actually is all negative until you're actually ready. And the way you know you're ready is to just slowly do it gradually. You know, because I've seen people get on, like they've increased risk and it went well. It went well. They won their first few trades, but then they end up losing, and then they're back, and then they try revenge because it's big money they're seeing that they're losing. You know, so that's how the psychology can mess you up. I got cooked. Increasing risk was rough. It's a difficult thing to explain though, right? It's like, you consciously know that your mindset is fine. You're in your mind, you're like, it's fine, I can handle this. But then it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You just need time, like, and that's how investing generally works. It's like when people pass their prop but fail their funded accounts. Yeah, that's also a form of it. But some of those, I question how they passed the prop firm. Did they pass it by just gambling? I think gold just wanted to come up and tap VWAP, should head back down. It's also possible we are mixed bias, but to head back down, we need to see changes of structure. So we kind of have this 5-minute small change of structure at the moment, but I don't think it's enough myself. A 30-minute close would do it. In 10 minutes here, that would help a lot. With two 15-minute candles closing bearish would also help. But this, right now, like this, I don't feel comfortable. I know you trade Forex, but you also trade indices? Yeah, during London I trade DAX, which is the German exchange. Which is not being too nice today. It's just taken up our range. Ratio is 4-4. Nah, man, my ratio in that type of stuff is a 1-3. I have a 1-3 risk to reward ratio. It's much better because, you know, if the You have one high, one medium, and one low. If the high one fails, you try medium. If medium is the target one, and then if the medium one fails, you have low. So it's just all set up, you know. You have a higher chance. Then you can take losses for a couple of months, no problem. Then you're back. I have GF. Yeah, that's fair. But you see, that's my point as well. Since you have that, that forces you to get out and do stuff. That's my point. Take that away from your life, you're gonna be very, very, very unhealthy. Because you're not gonna be forced. Yes, I know he isn't, but my point is you're going there to do something together. And that's what's healthy, is to bring yourself out of those conditions sometimes. Even if you're not disconnected, it's fine. But it's just good. Trust. If it was taken away from you, you would understand. How you don't think prop firms that can, like FTMO, can easily 2-3x your income? I definitely think it can add, but I'm looking for a bigger fish at the moment. Right? But I am definitely considering it overall. I think a close would be valid closing below previous daily resistance. Yeah, this is not valid anymore. Now it's crossed through. Actually, it's crossed through only once. So yeah, you're not that wrong, actually. Today would cross through the second time. But it looks like it's closing deep. Learn meditation. I think meditation is good, but you know, you're definitely have a lot more years on most of us, or me, maybe not on others, but spend 20 minutes meditation. I think that's very healthy, man. What's next target for gold? Depends if we close above daily resistance. This is what I mean, it's not ready. You see how we faked out? So we'll see here in about 6 minutes. Price can still flip and close bearish. And then sells would still be an option because 30 minute. Otherwise, we're back into buying zones. What's healthy is withdrawing 7 figures, going to the beach, and going to family, maybe 10s if no family. Yeah, it's fun for a while, but then you get bored. You get bored, you need to do something. What's the difference between futures and Forex prop firms? I think you need to understand what's the difference between futures and Forex. So I recommend you go watch my videos on futures and Forex. Here you go. That explains everything. Get some good hobbies like skydive, skiing. Yeah, hobbies are fun. That's my point. Like, that's why I would travel. I would travel to do hobbies. Like go kite surf and stuff like that. So gold is maybe about to flip here. We'll see. No top wick on this 5, so. Man, you all sleeping? Like the stream? Yeah, appreciate everyone showing up. Let's see what's gonna happen. And yeah, leave a like on the stream. It really does help. Goal is to get to 750 viewers before next giveaway. We are going to do a giveaway on my Instagram today. I'm gonna be selecting the guys who commented on my most recent post. So if you haven't commented on my most recent post and left a like, you can enter still, as I haven't selected the winners yet. Not many people enter, so you have a good chance. I think 196, not bad. Because I'm giving away three exclusive and all of this stuff, so it will be fun. I'm just gonna close my eyes and click, close my eyes, click, and then just DM you. So if you get a DM, please check if it's actually me. There are scammers out there, unfortunately, and yeah. You didn't mark 1 hour? Which 1 hour, bro? No 1 hour, I see. Only thing I'm worried about is this previous 15. But we're not there yet. Is the life of a trader pretty lonely? Depends what you do, right? You can make it as lonely as you want, but trading in general is a lonely thing. That's why I like to trade with a community. Like, think, if you don't have a community around you, you're just sitting in front of a chart waiting, right? It's not, I think, yeah, I mean, I think in general, I don't think just because you're in Dubai makes a difference. Also, if you comment more than once to try cheat the system, you will be banned. Oh, last 1 minute? Look, if it does this shit, last 1 minute is toxic. How toxic is that, huh? Like literally last 1 minute. As long as we have room to the 15, we can manage at 15. I'm not worried. But it really has to kind of chill. What is stops looking like here? We have about 40 pip stops now. Target, we have target. As long as we can get through this. Because on 30 minutes it looks good. We have room. Let's see, we need a good top wick here. At least something. I'll give it a shot. Break of lows. If I have time. I need to calculate weight. I missed my entry for now. So I'll re-enter once it re-breaks its own low. Yeah, so once it re-breaks its own low, which it hasn't, there it is, okay. Now it triggered me. So let's see what it does at this 15 level. If we start to react, it becomes difficult. Did we tap it on broker? Let's have a look. No, we didn't. We were close to, but we didn't tap anything. We were like 4 points, four pips, sorry, from that. Don't like this reaction though. Whenever we have this type of thing, we want to see it drive down pretty fast, at least to give us a push, then come back. Tap key level? No, it didn't tap key level. That's where my point was to be at key level, but maybe it did on broker. Let's have a look. Shit. Yeah, it did on broker, man. Yeah, that's not good for us. On broker, exactly to the point. See, look at where key level is on this. And on this one here, key level. Even on this, it didn't tap. Let's see. I wish they had more accurate key level so we could manage a little bit accurately, but anyways, we'll just manage accordingly. It's not the end of the world. So we're tapping my level that I'm a little bit worried, but we have no 1 minute structure or anything like that. So I'm just going to be managing it manually. So far the push is pretty good. Stop loss was 40 pips. See if we can continue down. Luckily, my entry is right here at the low of this 1 minute structure. So if it retests my entry, I'm still break even. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to allow it to retest my entry. So I just want to see it retest my entry. And if it reacts off it and re-breaks the high, I get out break even. If not, then it's fine. Because technically we have tapped my level. Otherwise, I'm fine to hold this. So I'm just going to be watching that. We'll watch it on here. I'll leave it on here, but I'm watching closely on broker. So I want to see it tap, reject, and then if it reflips, I will say, okay, leave it. I mean, if it doesn't tap, then it's even better. Less stress. Nice. We pushed nicely. This broker is lagging. My broker is already down here. Hopefully we can get the drive. This is going to create 1 minute structure. Just need some volume, which hasn't been too kind to us these few days. Okay, here's the test. Let's see the rejection now. So if this flips, so we want to see this flip. So I didn't manage to manage that at all because it was way too fast for me to be able to manage that. So I'm just sitting in this for now. A little bit of drawdown. All right, there we go. That's the flip I wanted. Perfect. So now if it comes back up, then I'll be out. All right, guys. So if it comes back up and breaks above this 1 minute structure, it will take me out. So hopefully we can survive it. Come on, close bearish. All right, that tapped me out, break even. I'm out of this position. I think it was worth the shot, but not doing what I wanted to do. So about 19 pips there. 5 minute now creating a support at my level. That's the problem I had, right? That's why I wanted it to flip, is it's creating support at my level. Hold this, it's good. I made the decision not to hold it. If you want to hold it, it's your choice, but I'm trading more on conservative level. You know, it could work out. We'll see. I mean, that looks good. This level just sucks here, man. I wish we had more room to that level. You know, because now it's like 50-50. If it can bounce off it, if it can reject it. Yeah. More sells below here though. I'm looking for a re-entry. I have a re-entry plan below here. Re-entry plan below here. Sells. 5 minute close below. I take a sell back down. Stop loss will be even smaller. Stop loss will be smaller. For me, it was worth the shot. This was a nice trade. It followed all my rules. I'm happy with it. A lot of break evens, and there's just no volume we're getting, which is really tough when that happens. But I don't mind taking back to back break evens. Back to back break evens. That's fine. I can take as many. But the point is, the ones that play out, they're the ones that are going to pay. So you just remain, protect capital, protect capital, protect capital. So it's fun. It's exactly what you want to do. And many people, unfortunately, they get into a position and they end up losing these type of positions. When you lose these type of positions, then it becomes very tricky, very tricky to lose this type of position. Both setup twos yesterday and today. Interesting, huh? But I'm still looking for that re-entry if we can get below here. I'm happy to take it again. It's just I can avoid this confusion now. Needing to hold this drawdown, hoping that it creates resistance. Time does it trigger? Yesterday shouldn't have been a break even though. That was a mistake. This 4-hour resistance? No, we crossed through 1, 2, 3 times. This one as well is completely irrelevant. We've crossed through multiple times. So not relevant, those, not relevant. I'm happy with the decision though. I think it was worth a shot. I would be very uncomfortable with this drawdown. Very uncomfortable with this drawdown. So nice one, nice one. So W's in chat if you manage with me, because now we're avoiding this. You see the importance of management. People want to marry their trades. People are telling me to hold this trade, and this is what I told you. We have this level. It closed at my level. We marked this level from before. If it's not going to get below, that's the thing. So all we have to do now is you get out, you save your money, because now how many people here would honestly be comfortable holding this drawdown? You know, it sucks because now you're waiting all the way for it to get all the way here to get another entry. You see what I'm saying? So instead we can relax now. We can say if price wants to continue bearish, we will close below here. We have room. Look at the range. It's not bad range. 50 pip range. 50 pip range is good. Otherwise, the buys might actually play out here, guys, huh? Back above daily support. People were telling me to look at GJ. Yeah, what's going on with GJ? I don't really see much happening. I don't see this as a sell. That was too close. For me, I don't see much happening on GJ, guys. For those telling me look at GJ. We're at resistance right now. What are you going to do? The next clean zone is only above here. Now 15 closed bullish. Yeah, if you're holding sells here, it looks bad. So a great decision, I think. Where does DAX want to go? I mean, if DAX really starts moving today, we do have ranges above. I lost 0.3 hour on that trade. Yeah, not good, man. I think managing break-even would be better. Then that you avoid that situation. That's my whole point, guys. Take break-evens. I don't know why you guys are scared of break-evens. Never be scared. You can take them all day. Even if you lose 0.1 hour, guys. Think about it logically. If you lose 0.1 hour on a break-even trade, okay, you lose 0.1 hour on a break-even trade, 10 trades, you've only lost 1%. But in one trade out of those 10, so if you take 10 break-evens in a row and you win one at least, you're still going to be up something. You know, and that's the thing. In trading, you always want to try hold your balance, hold your balance, hold your balance. Because when you drop your balance, you have to recover that. But if it's just doing this because you're taking break-evens, next win is going to be that. Then you're going down, you see? Look, then it does that. Instead of doing this and then needing then to recover it, right? Then you need to recover the loss and then take another win to be back in profit. So you basically have to take 2 wins now to be back in profit. You know, or get a big banger trade to have like a 1-2 and something like that, which is hard, right? Doesn't always come. I mean, today we didn't even get enough to get a 1-1, which has seemed to be the case. I even put SL above so you don't even lose a dime. Yeah, if you want to cover for commissions, you can. I won 0.10. Yeah, exactly. You can get out even in a bit of profit if you like. The only risk is that if it retests entry and then it continues, you miss the trade. But you know, for me, those fees don't really matter. Nothing, man. This is not relevant. Oh, this one down here, yes, we have this one. The 4-hour support we have. That's already marked. Oh, wait, you have a different chart, man. What are you using? FX open. You need to change. That's why. Or your whole 4 hours are messed up. What's FX open? You need to change because all these 4-hour candles are wrong. Use Pith. Forex.com is good. Owanda is also better. Not better, but it's fine. So use FX, Owanda, or Pith. One of those 3. So this is nice. If we can close below here again, easy trade. I just longed on gold. Much more effective. Let's see, because if it rejects this resistance, your long is not going to work out. So that's why you want to trade with a confirmation to where you can be above or below a zone. Gold with 30-minute setup to make sense to hold. Yes, with that stop loss you could try, but the only problem is now you created a 15 support. Personally, you need to just read price action. If you want to really trust, like if we were bearish bias, I tell you yes, but guys, this is not also the best place to sell. A lot of sells here are not being good, huh? This is a buying zone higher time frame. We are trying to catch a session sell, right? Just because 4-hour close below, but looking at daily is pretty bullish signal. This is a great zone to buy. I rather take a buy in here than a sell, to be honest. But sometimes we like to retest the lows. Here we retested the lows first. Here we had continuation down. Here we had continuation down. So maybe we want continuation down again. a buy, even though the momentum is very bearish. Momentum is sort of changing, because especially if we start to close above daily support again, we are creating solid supports down here, changes of structure. We have broke this kind of downtrend that we were in. If you guys like to visually see it with, you know, we were in this downtrend here. We broke that. Now we're trying to maybe change structure back towards the upside. So it's kind of mixed. But yes, there is still downside pressure. But the zone we're at, higher time frame, is hard. You know, it's hard. That's why the buys here would not be crazy. They make sense. I rather sell now with tight stop loss to TP on lows to grab liquidity. Yeah, when everyone is so organized of what direction makes sense, normally means that this is a day that many people will lose. When I look at 4 hour, I can only see sells. Yeah, people see sells, people see buys, and that's what happens. Why are GBP Gold, the DAX, the ones traded? Others perform bad at backtest? No, others were just, there's more opportunity on these pairs. Better volume, you know, and I enjoy trading them. I understand them, because you want to understand the pair in some sense. Daily level is too strong. Well, it's strong for now, but so is this 15 level. Yeah, the 15 is holding the same amount of strength the daily level held. You know, that's the point. You still don't want to swap out GJ with another pair? What pair? What pair? EU is boring. GU is seasonal. We might get a beautiful London Open trade here, huh? If this 15 can close below. 35 pip stops as well, not bad. All Japanese yen pairs, guys, are the reason GJ is bad is not because of the GBP. It is because of the yen. It is because of the yen. So you can't replace it with EJ or UJ. US 30 I trade in New York, right? You can't replace it with NASDAQ. All of those you trade in New York. Next couple of months should be great tug of war between Trump for gold and traditional pressure to buy gold should create a lot of volatility. Yeah, we just need some volume. That's what we've been lacking these 2 weeks. Setups are coming, right? We've been taking setups, but a lot of break-evens because they just lack that continuation. So we tried gold now and we get out. We get to avoid all of this. Because this, if this just went a couple of pips higher, you're stopped out. So that's the leverage you can have against the market. The only painful thing that can happen right now is if we just fly straight, last 4 minutes, fly through. But hey, I think for that I would have needed to use the 30-minute stop loss just to be safe. But I really didn't plan this on a 30. How big is 30? 58 for 69. Yeah, it does make sense on a 30 though. But I saw tighter stop loss, so I'm gonna take it. If you're still in a trade now, what do you do? Really, I don't like that we're respecting this support. For me, it's always scary. So I probably get out break even myself and just wait for more confirmation below key level, because there's not, you can say that this can bounce here, you know, especially with my stop loss placement. And if you look at 1 minute here, I mean, you could just trail on 1 minute and see if you can just trail, but you know, honestly, if I was comfortable with this in drawdown, I would still be in the trade, because I'm not scared of drawdown. I'm scared of rejection that ends up me losing the trade. That's what I'm scared, because if I'm in a position that I can avoid that, I damn will. Like, this is not healthy right now, all of these 1 minutes coming down. But I know how gold works. If there's gonna be volume, it won't care. You'll see this next 1 minute candle drive. You know, so it's just one of those things. But we have 2 minutes. Hopefully it can chill for 2 minutes, create 1 minute structure. And I'm interested in my re-entry. I planned that re-entry, avoided this drawdown, you know. This will also be the 1 hour close. How's 1 hour closing? Good 1 hour close. I would like to see some sort of a decent top wick though. At least like a, you know, 10 pips. Yeah, it needs to chill here. Any deeper, it's gonna be hard. What SL you run above this structure here? Needs to chill. Any deeper, it's gonna be hard. We don't have range. Ah, this is what's difficult, I guess. Yeah, and it's gone. All right, fair enough. Use historical data. If price is in all-time highs, check out my all-time high video. It's just you base it off key levels, because it's like you're trading in free area. You're trading in free area. It's a nice close, but I don't think it's worth it, you know. $49 for 38, you know. It's just, I'm just taking a trade for the sake of taking a trade. Like, I can't guarantee that today pushes through these lows, especially with these lows being very strong. I actually expect it to react somewhere around key level, which would not be enough to take profit in a position like this unless I over-risked, which I'm not going to do right now. But the overall idea does make sense. I decided to hold the trade because of slippage. Just because of slippage should not be a reason. I mean, the first time it popped up, yeah, I couldn't manage it, right? The first time. And then we got the rejection, and then I managed it on the way back up. So that is fine. Don't marry a trade, because you could basically consider that lucky, because what if this came and broke the high? It has no reason to not break the high at that point. Now this high, yes, if you had stops above here, fine, because you can even manage with something closing above here like this. If something closes above here, you can be out. You save this. Find a trade in 1 minute strategy. This would not be the time to use that. Starting to feel London session is really shit. When I see a lack of volume every day, it's when Asian gives the cleanest setup. Yeah. I mean, Asian was even not that bad today, you see. I mean, if you're up during Asian, I always recommend that. Recently gold has been amazing in Asian. Just stay. If you're up during that time and it's part of your time zone, then there's no reason not to trade it. I mean, even now, like, let's be honest, if we held this trade, we'd be break even, and now look at this shit. You know? Like, you really have to tell yourself, I'm either taking full SL or TP, you know? Wouldn't be so bad if it broke the low. It would be, because stop loss placement, you know? Unless it creates 5-minute structure, you can run different stop loss placement. Sheesh. Nice pump, huh? DAX 5-minute was clean, didn't close above. Right at resistance. You guys always put yourselves in something that is not clean just because after the move. You never say it's clean before. Look at this. How is this clean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of your rejections have come from this zone. 6. And then you say just because this time it pumped through, you said it's clean. Then every time here you should have pressed buy, press buy, press buy, press buy, press buy, and see what would have happened. If it got above here is the only way. Otherwise it's all BS. It can, yeah, now we can, yeah. It still has some room. If this can create structure now, there's one more shot, yes. So we'll see. You use 30-minute SL on gold and then you got tapped BE on, let's see. How gold did. Yeah, it just popped up one last bit higher, right? And now is retracing. hard today, hard. It's doing so much bullshit. Yeah, I think the best with gold on a day like today, but you don't know that, is just to manage with a loss. Right? You either accept a loss, and I wish if it was bearish bias, it's so much easier to do that stuff, guys. because you just trust bias. On gold, your stop loss still sucks though. You know? Yeah, it's not the best. Let's just see how it closes, and then, I mean, knowing gold, it might just drive. Also, this zone here is all potential rejection. This area here. Because remember, this zone we're in, higher time frame, is not good. We don't know what's going to happen here. The past, all of the lows have been found. Yes, we're trading mixed bias, so we're trying to say, but we're at lows, you know. Daily close back in the range. New York could be very exciting today if this daily flips and this London pulls back to give opportunity for daily. What's the average pips you try aim for in gold trades? I aim for targets, not pips. So that's normally relative to my stop loss. Red time Wednesday, no news? Yeah, it's good. Why are you chasing this short? It's not you. I'm not chasing this short. If I was chasing this short, maybe I re-enter on the flip. Just someone was discussing what do I think about it on the 5. I was explaining it's not the best because the stop loss kind of still sucks. 48 pips now, you know. It's like price is moving, but it's not giving you that risk to reward. So using stop loss or TP strategy, which I don't like, break evens have been proven to be stronger long term. You would have actually hit a 1-to-1. Original stops here was 40 pips and we just reached 43. But what a emotional roller coaster to hold through. So nice to see my idea play out, you know. Nice to see my idea play out. Twice now. Yesterday was a mistake, today wasn't. Today I'm happy with the decision. Almost 1.5 months of boring London in years. I think you weren't here last year, bro. I wish you were here last year. You should have seen 2 months, 2 to 3 months hard London session. NY even harder. Especially when we had all of this interventions and stuff. This is normal of trading cycle. And it's not been that boring. It's just maybe, I don't know what you're doing. If you see, we've been through so many harder times, to be honest. Yeah, we're just taking break evens. It's actually not that bad, right? Markets always go through phases. Each session has its hot periods and shit periods, for sure. I mean, this time of the year, last time this time of the year was pretty much the same. If you look at the 5th here, this was this month. Started off with a loss, a win, break even, win, win, break even, win. Yeah, it's a lot better. It's the second half. Look at the date from like the 16th. It started to get better. Yeah, it was not bad last year, but this was on gold. Gold was breaking out. Look how many gold positions I took. This was all breakouts. Look, watch. Yeah, boom. Really nice big breakout moves. I remember this one. clean setup 5. What one was this? Oh, that's a nice one. B at that. This one's super nice. Entry break of... look at the bottom wick on this one. What a nice bottom wick. That's a GJ trade as well. Let's see this one. It's another gold sell. Partials only got out of this. 0.5%. Damn. Look how much volume we had here. Wonder why I didn't take this one. Wonder why I didn't take this earlier one. Oh, that's a clean one. Nice top wick as well. Good volume. Pretty similar to today's setup as well. Yeah, May last year was a lot better. Let's see this loss here as well. Yeah, that's a... is that a stupid trade? No, it's not a stupid trade. A little bit looks like it. I don't know how I entered here. This was when GJ was at 200, guys, huh? Breakout. Remember the breakouts? Yeah, actually last year was pretty clean, huh? In May. But look, we still have the second half. I'll just keep taking break-evens until we get wins. 4 break-evens, 1 win, it's not that bad, you know? It's just boring as hell to take 4 break-evens. But that's happened before. I remember last year there was a period where I take tons of break-evens. What month was that? This is definitely one of the biggest where I take break-evens. This one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. DAX is pulling back now. We needed to create structure. Feels worse when it taps you B and then gives TP? No, I don't like that. For me, what feels worse is taking a loss. I'm trying to catch 2-3% moves. You're averaging less than 1, and I make so much. I'm stupid. Are you trying to catch 2 to 3 R? It's based on R. That's R. You know. With 5S2. We're mixed bias today, right? But now we're breaking above the highs. Yes, but we need to pull back deeper, you know? Yeah, you said that. Feels worse when it hits stop loss and then TP'd, for sure. I think that is the worst. I wonder if we can fill this wick. This is a previous level. So if we close tightly above here You can look to fill this wick and see if it pushes through. Check which broker you're using, man, if you have bearish on 4 hour. Pepperstone, I think some of the guys using Pepperstone here in the group. Let's see, this is now just retracing. It's looking good. It's looking like it wanted to close above. We were up here. On broker, that 15-minute candle on DAX closed below resistance. I'll have a look for you, man. Yes, it did, but then we can still base it on 5. Because by the time you'd expect that to continue. But above 5-minute resistance, it should be all right. Yes, above the 5 resistance. Because we're just going to base it on 5 then. It's not going to be based on 15. What broker do you use? IC. Why is my left wick so much higher? Yeah, there's some discrepancies from broker to broker. Facing difficulty in price action? It's a little bit slower, but it's not difficult, it's just slower. Difficult means you're just taking back-to-back losses. Back-to-back losses. Just hasn't been the case, thankfully. That's when it's like, okay, fine, something is going on. If you take 3 losses in a row, you need to take a step back and see what's going on. It could be as simple as just you got emotional. But if you haven't been emotional at 3 losses in a row, you need to say, okay, something's changed. What is your strategy? Price action. Trading on lower time frame with higher time frame against you is a big mistake. I see a lot of beginners. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, DAX is just messing about. What I'm gonna do is set an alarm. I don't need an alarm because I'm going to be trading with the guys in the group here, but I'm still valid to take buys above here. That is still an option for me. It's just a matter of when. If it gets a little bit late, I'm obviously not going to be taking that. Gold, that was the trade. It happened. It played out. I decided to go break even, which for me was a good decision in this. I would not have been happy with holding this drawdown, especially, you know, freaking 5 pips from stop loss. You feel like you just get away with this one a little bit, you know. If I had the 30-minute stops, yeah, I'd be okay with it. Did the 30-minute stops return a 1-to-1 for my research purposes? 58, 60, yeah, just about give you your 1-to-1, but a lot of bullshit in between. Now, the crazy thing is, I know myself, if I held through this drawdown and we flipped and then London Open flipped and broke the lows, I probably go break even and don't accept holding another 8 pips worth of drawdown. So the only way I manage this is if I say stop loss or TP, which is not really a way I like to trade. I like to have that advantage of managing my trades. Later gold buys above daily support look very good. I like that plan for New York. We're going to see how that develops till then. And then GJ at the moment is doing a whole lot of nothing, to be honest. Even the sells are going to be hard here. Maybe below here, if you get a good close with a bit of room, will make sense. So, and that's pretty much it. So good session today overall. Happy with, you know, it's good that there's positions. It's just a matter of time. When are we going to get that volume to give us the push we're looking for? So you just keep taking those trades, being in a position to take break even, and that allows you not to slip down, right? You're just going to hold next when you're up, hold next when you're up. Trust me, if you can't sustain through this, you're going to lose. Trust me. Most of you guys will sit with negative P&Ls during this time because of that. I won't sit with negative P&L because I'm able to just sit because I know the long-term game. It's impossible for someone to sit here for 2 years without being through. I've been through this worse, and people who have been in the group longer will tell you about this. There's been a lot more difficult times, and the only reason I'm still here is because of the way I can manage things, right? So that's how it works. All right, so appreciate you all. Take care. Have an amazing day. Let's see if we can pick something up good tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be Thursday, and yeah, hopefully we can finish the week with at least 2 wins here. We had a win on Monday. Yesterday was a win as well. It's actually not been a bad week. It's not been a bad week. It's just been a little bit mismanaged, right? Think about it. If you think about it logically, win on Monday, nice little scalp. Win yesterday, but I managed too aggressively, so that was a user mistake. I can't change that, but everyone else who held got the win. There was no point of going break even there. And then today, a great trade that went into profit, but decided to go break even. So it seems doomy and gloomy, but it's actually pretty solid, man. You can't ask for more. You know, you can't really ask for more. It is happening. It's just a little change that's happening, but everyone is viewing it slightly in the wrong way, which is going to cause you to be messed up. So appreciate you all. Take care. Have an amazing day, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. All right. Peace.